Empathy is one of the most frequently misunderstood concepts in counseling. Uh, Feeling sympathy and feeling empathy are two different things. Sympathy is what you do and feel with friends, family, or a character you've watched in a movie. You know, one where they make the noble sacrifice and you get all choked up. That's sympathy. Empathy is understanding how a person got to where they are at. It's an understanding how they are feeling and why they're feeling a certain way, but you don't take it on yourself. Could you imagine if a counselor took on every emotion that a client felt? They'd look like this at the end of the day. But it does turn out that counselors are people as well. So as a client and a counselor work together, sometimes the line blurs a little, especially when the two get along together really well. So a counselor can become overinvested or sympathetic. And that's a bad thing because that's a professional relationship. Counselors have a specific job. They get in the brain and help work some things loose. In that job, empathy is a primary tool. Doctors have stethoscopes, dentists have drills, and we get empathy. My brother's fiance, actually, a new friend of mine, just pointed out that everybody really should have one of each of these, a doctor, a dentist, and a counselor. Really makes sense. I like her. What about when it's the other way around?
Hey, just because I don't care doesn't mean I don't understand.
I mean, when you can be sympathetic with somebody and then use empathy instead. With friends and family, it's generally expected for you to take their side, and you probably have a lot of sympathy for the conditions that they're in because they're friends and family. You've probably been partaking amongst them. But because remember, sympathy is feeling what they're feeling, that actually isn't necessarily going to always work for you. So, and as anyone who has friends or family knows, it doesn't always work that you want to feel sympathy for them. So that's a great time to use empathy. For empathy, you will need these things for a good mix. 1. You'll need intelligence to put the pieces in order. How did the person arrive to where they're at? What, if anything, can they do to resolve the problem? Is this something that you can or want to help with? 2, patience, because you'll see an answer that you probably shouldn't give until they're ready to hear it. And frankly, that might just never be, or it might never be from you. 3, listening skills to help you sort out the above questions, because sometimes you also just have to sit and let a person talk. The benefit of empathy is that you get a better picture of a person. For example, sympathy is that desire to rush over and help the child that fell down get up right away because no parent likes their child to be hurt. But a more empathetic approach might be sometimes to give that a moment. Let the child sort some of it out. Like, are they actually hurt? Can they move? What will they do with this new information about gravity? In this way, the parent actually extends some trust to the child and understands that they're learning a process about, how they interact with the world. At the same time, it gives the child a chance to make some real decisions and figure out how to deal with problems. Good parenting. So sympathy is a great thing to have. It's having feelings with another person and for another person is a huge and genuine privilege. But empathy is a tool that you can use to understand a person, and you can use that anywhere whenever you wonder, what the hell is that person thinking?